Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use, for the purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statute and might otherwise be infringing. The copyright laws of the United States recognizes a fair use of the copyright content. Section 107 of the U.S. Copyright Act states, notwithstanding the provisions of Section 106 and 106A, the fair use of a copyrighted work, including use by reproduction in copies of phone records or by any other means specified by the section, for the purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, or research, is not an infringement of copyright.
Pack your bags, we're hitting the road with Chris, Boston, and Brandon. We'll see the horrors unfold. From haunted houses to the darkest scenes, immersive horror, it's more than just dreams. Buckle up, we're on the road, on a road trip, let the fear unfold. Extreme haunts and ghosts we'll find in the rearview mirror, leave the world behind. Through eerie woods and ghost towns lost, discussing horror movies, no matter the cost. The thrill of the scare, the rush of the fright, we're chasing darkness all through the night. Buckle up, we're on the road, on a road trip, let the fear unfold. Extreme haunts and ghosts we'll find in the rearview mirror, leave the world behind. Through eerie woods and ghost towns lost, discussing horror movies, no matter the cost. The thrill of the scare, the rush of the fright, we're chasing darkness all through the night. Buckle up, we're on the road, on a road trip, let the fear unfold. Extreme haunts and ghosts we'll find in the rearview mirror, leave the world behind. Paranormal whispers in the dead of night, Chris, Boston, Brandon chasing every fright. Lights flicker, shadows grow on this horror road, there's so much to know. From coast to coast, every haunted sight, immersive horror, oh what a sight. Discussing chills that crawl up your spine, with Horror Road Trip, it's always time. Buckle up, we're on the road, Horror Road Trip, let the fear unfold. Extreme haunts and ghosts we'll find in the rearview mirror, leave the world behind. So hit subscribe, enjoying the ride, with Horror Road Trip, there's no place to hide. Every scream and every ghostly slip, come along for the ultimate horror road trip.
Very early in 2025, all hell is going to break loose. The volume of sightings, weird objects in the sky, it's off the charts. I am swamped by people sending me videos from all over the world. And it's not just in Bedminster, New Jersey. It's not just in the United Kingdom. It's India, Greenland, Russia, Kazakhstan, China, Japan. I cannot believe the volume of sightings that are going on at the moment. Something is showing itself in our skies. We are going to look back and we are going to say that the autumn of the drones was a turning point. There's consistent sightings of drones over military facilities. It sounds like nothing at the moment, but I wager it's going to turn out to be enormous. I think 2024 in future will be seen, ironically, as the calm before the storm. A reckoning is coming.
Yeah. So I think that's going to be our topic for the night.
We're going to talk some theories.
So
who else has heard or seen the TikTok videos? It has made its way very recently to some major news sites.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, is anybody actually in an area where they can look up and see the stuff?
Yeah, they're like constant. It's like constantly in these areas, you know?
Mm-hmm.
The most recent, I've been keeping a close eye on local news too. I think people need to do that because it was like a whole week. It's not just somebody pointing their camera on the sky. It's literal interviews with the senators in New Jersey, sheriffs, mayors. They have a meeting about it. And then, of course, the White House briefing where and it wasn't even a briefing for what's happening. It was simply just a regular White House briefing where it was addressed. And basically the White House's stance is no reason to be afraid, and we don't know what they are.
So here's my thing, right? We see all these TikTok videos, and to me, it's so difficult to figure out what's real, what's not. Like, I take anything from TikTok with a grain of salt, right? Like it's nothing,
right?
But when you see the news doing it, at first I'm like, wow, okay, the news is reporting it. And then I remember how easy it is to trick the news.
That's true. I mean, you do have experience, but hear me out. We've got actual, that may have been Chris Peterson, may be skilled at that, but we've got like Ted Lieu and Cory Booker and these actual senators being interviewed and saying we need answers. And going out with the police and looking and saying, yeah, I mean, we were in this site. I was with this sheriff of this town, and we saw about 50 of them. So it's coming from credible sources. We have drones all the time. I live in a very remote area in New Hampshire, and we have a lot of photographers and videographers and people that really are into like nature. So I see drones, or have seen drones a lot of time, going over the forest and catching imagery, but they're small and you can tell it's a drone, right? We're hearing the size of cars, minivans, small buses.
Here's my other thing that kind of bugs me, right? If this is aliens, why do they have lights on? Like, don't you think they don't want to be seen?
Like the FAA regulated. So I have a few theories, but they're not ones that I made up on my own. I've watched a shit ton of TikTok, guys. I have been in this algorithm, and have been trying all week to get Chris in it, and he's finally in it.
Do you want me to play the video you showed me earlier?
Yeah, that was a really interesting one.
Okay, so we can pause this.
So this video was posted an hour ago. It is the most insane drone and orb video that I've seen, because we finally have a video.
So I want to pause it because I've seen this actual video now. Like, I went and searched it out. This actual video is a Facebook Live, which to me gives it a little more credibility.
Okay.
Because to fake a Facebook Live, this is pretty damn good if they were to fake
and
it.
See, again, you and I are kind of disagree with each other, whereas you think that like 80% of these videos are fake, and I think that 80% of them are actually real, but not necessarily what people think they're seeing, right?
Oh, no. So I agree with you there.
Yeah.
I totally agree that a lot of these are actual airplanes or U.S. drones, not aliens.
Or helicopters, and your perception.
Because
I've been doing a lot of night watching out here, guys. I live in the country. You can see the stars really well. I'm outside a lot at night, and even just the perspective. Like, sometimes you'll see like they call them chemtrails, but you know what, the trails that come off airplanes. Sometimes you see them going straight up, and in your head you're like, whoa, that's like a rocket, and it's like going straight up. It's the curve of the earth, it's the direction that it's coming. Sometimes it looks stationary, but it's because it's flying away from you or flying towards you.
Exactly.
So I think that is a lot of these videos, but there are so many that I just cannot explain. And more than that, it's the feeling of a lot of these people filming it. Like, why would there be thousands and thousands and thousands of people saying these things are flying over my house constantly, and like New Jersey especially, they're like, it's constant.
Video that shows the drones and an orb, all in the same video. So that's an orb.
Oh, is that moving quick?
So that's one thing that I think is getting missed. There is two different things happening in these videos.
Right.
Some of them we're seeing drones, some of them we're seeing planes, some of them we're seeing orbs.
Orbs, yes.
And that's the important part. All right, so let's keep watching.
People have been seen taking videos and photos of either the orb by itself or the drone by itself, but we finally have both. So the theory is that the drones are the United States government's drones. It's our drones, but these orbs are the UAPs, or the anomaly that they're searching out, and the United States government isn't telling us
Like whisper.
why they have
It's the person taking the video. Okay,
It's the
I just got
person
it.
doing the
I'm like,
Facebook
who are
Live.
these people whispering? Okay, I got it.
these drones out because they don't want to tell us, oh yeah, hey, there's orbs floating around our atmosphere and we don't know what they are. But watch what happens when they collide. It's absolutely nuts that she was actually able to get this on film. Just watch. It's checking it out, getting closer.
He's like right,
And there's another drone watching at the
like
bottom.
right on it.
It's on it.
Ooh, that whatever it was just shut down the drone. If that was a drone.
It touches the orb and just crashes.
And boom.
So something I want to point out. She says it shot down the drone. I don't feel it shot down anything. I think whatever that orb is, like let's just go as far out as we can. It's an alien. I feel like it hit like a force field or something.
Yeah. Well, have you seen the videos of what's been happening on the ground in some places? Parking lots where all the lights on the cars start blinking, street lights going in and out,
So-
people's own drones. Like, people are trying to fly their own drones to go up, and their drones are losing power and aren't working.
I want to say that the parking lot stuff is fake or being misinterpreted, right?
Okay.
Because there is a lot of videos. I saw several videos of, I think it's always the same parking lot that you see. There's that one where they're just all going crazy. Sometimes it's a regular parking lot. Sometimes it's a old Tesla parking lot where they have like a bunch of vehicles waiting to be sold. I think that is footage of something else that happened, and people are reusing it for that.
Well,
So-
I use the parking lot as one example. I've seen.
No,
a
I
bunch
know.
of
I know
different-
you did, but that is seen a lot in these TikTok videos. So I think it's very important to talk about because I don't buy that part. Now the
Why?
radio stuff,
You
Why-
buy an orb up in the sky with a force field that can cause a drone to knock down to back to Earth,
yes,
but you
because
can't
that
buy
was yes,
electricity being interfered with or power being
Yes.
interfered with.
yes, and you want to know my reasoning?
Yeah.
Okay, so that video we watched was on a Facebook Live. I don't think that that's easy to fake. Where at any time we don't know where that parking lot actually was. You can say it's wherever.
Well, and
I've
again, you're
seen-
talking about just the parking lot thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I am. I am just talking about the one that I have seen on about 20 different TikToks, all at different locations. And so that part I feel isn't legit. Now, could there be some sort of interference? Definitely. The radio signals that we're hearing,
Mm-hmm.
that's creepy. I don't know if I'm there to believe it yet.
The radio in the car
Mm-hmm.
things. See, I think those are fake. We have like such different.
No, and that's what I'm
concern-
saying.
Like, those give me the like the ones that like I'm really that really interest me tend to be the ones where they're filming law enforcement or they're filming again a mayor or a sheriff or a senator, somebody from Congress, and they're like reporting certain things. Those are the ones where I'm like, okay, I feel like obviously these ones aren't fake. You can turn on the TV and you can see the news. but they have talked about certain issues happening that like such as like interfering with power, or I think I told you the other night that they can't detect them thermally, which like all other drones they give off like a thermal excuse me, like a heat radar when they go up, and you can like detect them that way because of their power source. And these things you can't detect thermally at all.
And on top of it, it's so cold, on the East Coast right now. Drone batteries are like 15 minutes.
Like regular drone batteries?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
And
we have
even the bigger ones, they're saying like they can't be up as long as they are,
as they're staying up.
especially in this cold.
It's either advanced, and like the fact that our government isn't freaking out about it is what's freaking me out. And the fact that, and I shouldn't say our government, because yeah, our government, we've got our senators and congress people of these states that are being affected kind of freaking out and like demanding answers.
So
But the White House isn't freaking out, and they're saying things in like really specific ways that
yes,
make me feel like
cover up.
not a cover up, but that they know what's going on, that it is us, but it's not technically part of the military. I heard Space Force the other day, and that kind of gave me a little light bulb moment where I was like, it could be a Space Force operation. But I believe that they know that it's us, but not technically part of the military. It could be government contractors. That way they can say, no, it's not us, because they don't want to give the information to the American public, because if they do that, then whatever they are doing, which potentially could be protecting us, protecting another country, whatever they are doing, they don't want that truth to get out, because it could have dire consequences for the safety of our country. That's my opinion. It's like the only reason you'd lie about it is because A, you want to keep people calm, or B, because you can't say what's going on. And someone gave a good example. They were like, it's just like how to this day, no one knows how we found bin Laden. Right? They see the capture of bin Laden and all that, the footage they have, but no one knows how we did it.
So up until recently, when it's been starting to be seen all over the world, like at first it was just a few in Jersey. I think Thanksgiving, around Thanksgiving was when it started.
For me, when I first started seeing it, it was all in the UK. Like at UK military bases, and then Jersey.
I thought that this was just a publicity stunt, and let me go down my own conspiracy theory with this. I feel that my conspiracy theory is wrong, because now I'm seeing it's global rather than just in the US. But we talked the other night, and I talked about like the whole clown epidemic, a few years ago.
The terrorizing
Right.
the clowns that were terrorizing everyone.
I brought that up to you. So Alien Earth is coming out early 2025. And I thought they did a big thing in LA with face huggers all over the place. Maybe they did just a few drones, right?
I think I shut it down pretty quickly.
You shut it down, but I didn't stop.
The reason it's not a bad theory, because I was thinking the same thing. Like I was thinking, okay, Elon, like what's this? It's a new toy he's launching. Like he did the big thing with the robots, and now this is the new toy, like the hit Christmas.
It's like nobody wants my damn robots. I gotta.
No one wants
gotta
my
do
trucks.
Something. I hate
planes.
those fucking.
I hate them.
Trucks.
They're so fucking.
I don't
ugly.
understand.
I'm sorry for anyone that has one in our chat.
No, I'm not. You wasted your money. It looks like a trash can. Okay. There's only 3,000 of them made. If somebody in our chat owns one of them, you make a purchase. The fact that I see
That's how people felt about the DeLorean when the DeLorean first came out. They were like, "What the fuck is this?"
They at least made a move. If the Back to the Future
Right.
reboot comes out with the Cybertruck,
Oh
I'm
no,
rioting.
I'm rioting too. But
Well-
I saw that part of like what you were trying to tell me. I was like, yeah, like I can buy that. But the whole thing with the clown thing, it was a very like organic movement where it wasn't organized. People were just like, oh, I see that.
And that's what I don't feel. Remember, this started around Thanksgiving time.
I know, but Chris, how many? I don't know if I don't know if you have a grasp on how fucking many of these things there are, right?
Now I do.
If they were just the like drones that like maybe your friend owns or that we've, seen at stores, and if they were those kind of drones and those were going up all the time, I'd be like, oh yeah, just people with drones are like secretly fucking around, like, and there's like some sort of special hidden website where they're like, okay, 8 p.m. tonight, let's all meet up here and like freak people out. But these aren't that kind. Like, these are things that even police departments who own like military grade drones, like huge drones, the kind that they use to like film blockbuster movies and stuff, they own these in their departments to go up and look for criminals and stuff, just like they have helicopters, and they've never seen anything like this.
Pack your bags, we're hitting the road with Chris, Boston, and Brandon. We'll see the horrors unfold. From haunted houses to the darkest scenes, immersive horror, it's more than just dreams. Buckle up, we're on the road, on a road trip, let the fear unfold. Extreme haunts and ghosts we'll find in the rearview mirror, leave the world behind. Through eerie woods and ghost towns lost, discussing horror movies, no matter the cost. The thrill of the scare, the rush of the fright, we're chasing darkness all through the night. Buckle up, we're on the road, horror road trip, let the fear unfold. Extreme haunts and ghosts we'll find in the rearview mirror, leave the world behind. Through eerie woods and ghost towns lost, discussing horror movies, no matter the cost. The thrill of the scare, the rush of the fright, we're chasing darkness all through the night. Buckle up, we're on the road, horror road trip, let the fear unfold. Extreme haunts and ghosts we'll find in the rearview mirror, leave the world behind. Paranormal whispers in the dead of night, Chris, Boston, Brandon chasing every fright. Lights flicker, shadows grow on this horror road, there's so much to know. From coast to coast, every haunted site, immersive horror, oh what a sight. Discussing chills that crawl up your spine, with horror road trip, it's always time. Buckle up, we're on the road, horror road trip, let the fear unfold. Extreme haunts and ghosts we'll find in the rearview mirror, leave the world behind. So hit subscribe and join the ride, with horror road trip, there's no place to hide. Every scream and every ghostly slip, come along for the ultimate horror road trip.